Shalom to the nation of Israel. This is Barazal coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing his word and truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This lesson is going to be titled, The World is Not For Us, right? And it's pretty self-explanatory in the title, right? We're talking about the fact that, nothing in the world is really for us, because the world that we're referring to is the world of Esau, the kingdom of Edom, who is the wicked, who is contrary to Yahweh Shem Yoshai. Everything he does is the opposite of what the Most High and his son wants, right? That's why they're the wicked. They're not the righteous. So they're on the left-hand side of the force, if you want to think of it like that. If you watch Star Wars, they're on the left-hand side of the force, right? So you can't love things of the world because it's basically wickedness. It's basically evil. So you're loving evil when you're supposed to be loving righteousness, right? Now, it doesn't mean you can't use the world, right? It doesn't mean you can't use it, but you can't love it. Just like the scripture says, it says the love of money is the root of all evil. It doesn't say money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money, right? So there's a difference. So 1 John 2:15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Pretty self-explanatory. I just said it, right? So if you love the world, you don't have the love of the Most High in you, because the Most High doesn't love the world. He doesn't love the world because that world that we're referring to is controlled by Esau, who is the wicked. And the Most High says he has a hatred for Esau. He hates Esau and he loves Jacob. Roughly paraphrasing. He said, if you read the scripture, it talks about how all the hate he has for Esau, which Esau is ruling the kingdom of the world right now. So therefore, A, B, C, right? It's pretty self-explanatory, but we still have to go into it because you got to explain it, because some people don't understand. So we're going to 1 Corinthians 3:18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in the world, let him become a fool that he may be wise, right? So if someone is basically talking all the things of the world, like, it comes into you, it's like, man, you should do this, you should do that, like you should do this, you're so good. Like I've had people always come tell me like, oh man, you should become a bodybuilder, blah, blah, blah. If you did this, if you went into selling, you'd be so good. I'm like, yeah. Whatever you say, man, whatever you say. Yeah, sure. Maybe you are right. Maybe they are right. But, they're talking wisdom of the world. I don't care about the wisdom of the world of how to make it in the world. I don't care about that. I want to use the world for my advantage, right? But I don't want to make it. I want to be make the world my master. No, because the scriptures also say you cannot serve two masters. You'll love one and hate the other, right? So it says, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in the world, let him become a fool that he may be wise, right? So just leave him alone. That guy's talking all that stuff. He's like, yeah, whatever you say, man, whatever you say, right? Because he's really just a fool. Right? Because the scriptures also say wisdom of the world is foolishness of the Most High. Roughly paraphrasing. Oh, right there. Wow. Okay, I didn't even see that. Verse 19. For the wisdom of the world is foolishness with Yahweh, for it is written, he taketh the wise and known craftiness. There you go. So, so just leave that guy alone. Let him think that he's wise in the world that is ruled by Esau. And Esau is the man that the Most High hates. And he says he's coming to take down his kingdom. But let him be wise in that. Right? Because really, he's just a fool. So don't get caught up in that stuff when people try to tell you, really, because it's just Satan trying to pull you out of the truth and bring you back into the world, right? Trying to catch you or ensnare you. Matthew 24:35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass. So if the Most High says that this place is going to be destroyed, it's going to be destroyed. If he says the wisdom of the world is foolishness unto him, that means that's what it is, right? If he tells you not to love the world, he's telling you not to love the world. And he's telling you because he's going to destroy it, Why would he tell you to love something that he's going to destroy? Doesn't even, right? You know? But he doesn't tell you to love something that he's going to destroy. Right? He tells you to love righteousness because righteousness is going to be lasting forever and ever, in the kingdom of heaven. Right? By the scriptures, like I said, the scriptures say to use the world. So you can use it, but not love it. There is a difference. So heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass. So everything he says is true. Right? And heaven and earth shall pass away. Heaven and earth is going to be this kingdom. This kingdom, Esau's kingdom, is going to pass away. When Yahushua comes with the chariots, when the missiles come and burn Babylon, which is America, right? The land's going to be burnt up and the air's going to be burnt up because the air is polluted too. Everything needs to be like cleansed, right? Everything needs to be cleansed. But that's and that's because how wicked this place is. How wicked Babylon is, how polluted the earth is. Like the scriptures say, this is not a rest. Why would you want to rest in a world that's just polluted? That's literally killing us every day. That literally is a contrary to the Most High. That literally it just puts out wickedness every single day. Wicked vibrations, like whether it's TV, radio, music, your women. Even they target your women, right? Because of the weaker vessel, right? They put in your food. They put it in everything, even clothes, right? Even the way they build the houses, the way they build apartments. It's all wickedness. It's contrary to the scriptures. Everything they do, which is Esau, Edom, the wicked, but who's ruling right now in this kingdom, in this world, they're literally against the Most High in every shape of form you can think of. That's why you're not supposed to love the world. Because if you love the world, that means you hate the Most High. That means you hate Yahushua. That means you hate Yahweh, and that means you hate Yahushua. That's why you can't love the world. But you can use it for your advantage. But you can't love it. Right? You just got to get in and get out. Get in there, do what you need to do, and then get out. Right? Just like a job. You go to work, you do your job, and then you come home. You don't stay at work. You don't stay there. You have to come home. Right? So now we're going to go to Mark. I believe he's going to say the same thing in this script. Mark 13, 31. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Right? Same thing. And Luke's going to say the same thing. Just to reiterate the point. Okay? Show you how serious it is. It's not a joke. Because heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Right? It's not a joke because it's getting caught up in the world is how you follow the truth. Whether it's through a woman, whether it's through a job, right? Those are things of the world because women aren't in the world. They're not in the truth. I'm not saying there's women, they're not women that watch the videos. I'm not saying that. There's a small few, which is, good for them, for those sisters to keep doing what you need to keep doing what you're doing. But the majority of them they're not serious. They're in the world. They're just in the world. Okay? So you can't get caught up with your woman and what she's doing. She wants to go to do this. She wants to go to this party. She wants to do this, all these worldly things. You can't get caught up with that. I'm not saying you can't have fun and, enjoy yourself, but you have to remember, you can't get caught up in loving that stuff, that mirth. Because it's mirth of the world. It's not mirth of the Most High. It's not mirth of Yahushua. It's not mirth of Yahweh. It's mirth of Esau. Because that's his kingdom. So everything you're enjoying in this sense is a vibration off of Esau. So you just got to be careful, Don't want to get caught up in that. That's why it's better to just be like a stoic, man. That's the best way to move. And for some brothers, it's easier than others, For some brothers, it's harder. But at the end of the day, you have to learn how to do that. Because that builds your spiritual defense. That builds your mental defense against these worldly things, which have wicked vibrations to them. You don't get caught up in it as easily, right? It gets to the point where you're so strong in your fortress, your spiritual fortress, that those things just bounce off of you, right? And part of it also comes to controlling your emotions too. That's a big part of it too. That's why the scriptures say, examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Scriptures also say, just spirits made perfect. So you have to constantly be working on yourself to make yourself stronger. Because Esau, Satan, they're in the world, and they're ruling right now. So you can say he has the power to do certain things, right? To test you, to tempt you, right? So that's why he can't get caught up in the world, because that's his domain. He lives there, he thrives there, he eats there, he sleeps there. Daniel 4:17, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the base of men. And the base man is Esau, Edom. And Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai gave the kingdom unto Esau, which is wicked. So he gave it to him for a reason. Right now is for him to rule, right? And to sift out the house of Israel through the world, because that's his kingdom, is the world. So when you get caught up in there and you don't know how to fight, you don't know how to dance properly, correctly, because either you don't have the right shoes on, or you haven't been practicing, or you don't have the right armor on for the fight, you get caught up in it. And if you get caught up in it for too long, you get snatched, and you get pulled out of the truth, which is what you don't want to do. So you have to always try to abstain out of all things of the world. Even women, even women, right? Which is not easy, but, and if you really have to deal with the women, the scriptures say, I believe Paul said, I'm roughly paraphrasing, but he basically said, deal with one if you have to deal with one. If you really have that urge, deal with it. Get a woman and deal with her, whatever, and then keep it moving, right? I'm not saying don't talk to women either, but, you just don't want to be focused on that. You don't want to love them like that. You know what I mean? You don't have to love talking to them all the time, right? And it's hard. It's not easy. What I'm saying is easier said to be done, but, the point is you have to at least attempt it. You have to try, because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is watching you, right? So if he sees you're trying, he will make you stronger, right? Because at the end of the day, he gives the increase. Like the scriptures, I think it's in Corinthians. I think it says Apollo waters, roughly paraphrasing. But you know what? Let me get it. Yeah. Let me just get it. Doing the ramble. Yeah. 1 Corinthians 3:6, I have planted, Apollos watered, but Yahweh gave the increase. So at the end of the day, the Most High gives the increase. But you're still gonna have to do the things for that increase to come, right? Like studying, praying, fasting, doing your videos, going to camp. And then Most High is watching with the angels and Yahweh Shai, right? And then he's like, okay, boom. Make it, increase him. Boom, you get increased. But you have to be putting in work to get paid. Because that increase is a payment. But if you're not putting any work, how do you expect to get paid? Right? And if you're not putting in spiritual work, you're not going to get spiritual currency. But if you're putting in carnal work, you'll get carnal currency. But that carnal currency can't save you when the chariots, when the missiles come. They can't save you when martial law comes, right? Maybe it'll aid you in some way, but at the end of the day, it can't save you, right? You're going to need spiritual intervention in those times, because that's how serious it's going to be. It's called Jacob's trouble for a reason. There's never been a time like this ever, right? So that's why you can't get caught with the world. Don't have time to be doing that. You just got to use it. Use it like a job. Get in, get out. Get what you need and get out. That's it. We don't have time to be doing that anyways. If you really understand what's going on, you're not going to get caught up in the world, right? So we're going back to 1 John, I believe, 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world, right? So you got to be careful who you talk to. You have to be careful what videos you're watching, right? Always check what brothers say, right? You got to be your own investigator, right? The scriptures say, let you be persuaded in your own minds, roughly paraphrasing, right? So go to verse 4. Ye are of Yahweh little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. And who's in you is Yahweh Shem Yoshai. Who's in the world is Satan, right? They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them, right? So don't get mad when people don't really listen to you, when people are against you, right? It seems like the whole world's against you, because that is the world. The world is against you, because they're against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So you should actually take it as a compliment, because that means Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is with you. That's why the world is against you. That's why they don't like you. That's why they don't, jive with you. That's a good thing. They shouldn't. Verse 6, we are of Yahweh. He that knoweth Yahweh heareth us. He that is not of Yahweh heareth not us. Hereby now we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. Right? And then the last one, Ecclesiasticus 18 and 30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetites. So like I just said, whether it's like partying, just like lustful things, whatever your lust is, you have to know it. You have to know yourself. This vessel that you're harboring right now, you have to know your lust, things that you lust after. And you got to find it, you got to identify it, and you got to deal with it, right? And then control it, right? You have to do it. You have to. You can't be lazy and just say, whatever. Yeah. Because yes, we are supposed to be doing the work. We're supposed to be studying. We're supposed to be doing videos. But that is part of the job, right? We're supposed to be working on our own salvation too. So part of that is examining yourself. That's part of it is making your spirit, just make your spirit perfect, right? So you have to be working on yourself also. You can't be lazy. You got to be doing everything. Which is why it says many are called and few are chosen, because only the elect can do that. Because that's not an easy task to work on yourself, build yourself, identify your demons, the things that you lust for, all these negative things about you, identify them and deal with them and get rid of them and purify yourself, right? It's not an easy task, but only the elect can do it, right? Only the elect can do that. So, that's it on that. I hope this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect that pushes his word and truth across the four corners of the earth. And shalom till next time.